Addressing Trinidad and Tobago's drop on the 2024 Corruption Perception Index, an editorial by Professor Wall Street. The recent release of the 2024 Corruption Perception Index, CPI, by Transparency International has revealed that Trinidad and Tobago has dropped by 1 point, signaling a concerning stagnation in the fight against corruption. This decline, though seemingly minor, is a stark reminder of the persistent challenges the nation faces in fostering transparency, accountability, and good governance. While the country has made some efforts to address corruption, the latest CPI results underscore the need for more robust and systemic reforms. Here are 10 reasons why Trinidad and Tobago may have experienced this decline, along with a call to action for meaningful change. 1. Slow progress on anti-corruption legislation. Despite promises, key anti-corruption legislation, such as the Procurement Reform Bill and campaign finance regulations, remain stalled or inadequately enforced. This lack of progress undermines public trust and creates opportunities for corrupt practices. 2. Weak enforcement of existing laws. Even where laws exist, enforcement is often inconsistent. High-profile corruption cases frequently face delays, are dismissed on technicalities, or result in minimal consequences, sending a message that corruption is tolerated. 3. Lack of transparency in public procurement. Public procurement processes remain opaque, with allegations of bid rigging, favoritism, and inflated contracts. Without open and competitive bidding systems, corruption T5. 4. Political interference in institutions. Independent institutions tasked with combating corruption, such as the Integrity Commission and the Police Service, often face political interference, limiting their effectiveness and eroding public confidence. 5. Inadequate whistleblower protections. Whistleblowers play a critical role in exposing corruption, but inadequate protections leave them vulnerable to retaliation. This discourages individuals from coming forward with vital information. 6. Perception of elite impunity. The public perceives that wealthy and politically connected individuals often escape accountability for corrupt acts. This perception fuels cynicism and undermines faith in the justice system. 7. Inefficiencies in the judicial system. A backlog of cases and slow judicial processes delay corruption trials, often for years. This inefficiency allows perpetrators to evade justice and perpetuates a culture of impunity. Debt. Limited access to information. The lack of a robust freedom of information (FOI) framework hinders journalists, civil society, and citizens from accessing critical data needed to hold public officials accountable. 9. Corruption in law enforcement. Allegations of bribery and misconduct within law enforcement agencies further erode trust in institutions meant to uphold the rule of law. 9. Public apathy and normalization of corruption. Over time, corruption has become normalized in some sectors of society, with citizens resigned to its prevalence. This apathy reduces pressure on leaders to implement meaningful reforms. 10. A call to action. The drop in Trinidad and Tobago's CPI score is not just a number, it is a reflection of systemic issues that demand urgent attention. To reverse this trend, the government must prioritize the following actions. Accelerate legislative reforms. Pass and enforce long-pending anti-corruption laws, including procurement reform and campaign finance regulations. Strengthen institutions. Ensure independent bodies like the Integrity Commission are free from political interference and adequately resourced. Enhance transparency. Implement open contracting systems and improve access to information to empower citizens and civil society. Protect whistleblowers. Establish robust mechanisms to safeguard those who expose corruption. Engage the public. Foster a culture of accountability by educating citizens about their rights and the importance of combating corruption. In conclusion, Trinidad and Tobago has the potential to be a regional leader in governance and transparency, but this requires political will, institutional reforms, and active citizen participation. The 2024 CPI score is a wake-up call, a reminder that the fight against corruption is far from over. It is time for decisive action to restore trust, uphold integrity, and build a brighter future for all citizens.